I don't think anarchists say enough about other forms of oppression. I don't think anarchists, especially here in the U.S., have enough of an analysis of race and other forms of oppressions, like how they intersect, how race and class and gender and sexuality, how they all, and ableism and ability, how it all intersects. Part of it, I think, is that, you know, a lot of them don't challenge their own privilege or their own power, and might be Eurocentric themselves, you know, and I think that we need to, you know, as anarchists, like, I think more and more so, I think people are starting to now, these days. But I think when they do, they get more into like the academic aspect of things, you know, like just like, you know, and it gets, I guess, like the dialogue, what I mean is the dialogue gets confined to like academia only. Like it doesn't happen anywhere else, like in any other, I guess, venue, and it needs to happen more. Like it needs to happen in our communities. It needs to happen and there, you know, everywhere, right? And how like all these different forms of oppression intersect, you know. And I think you know, like I think as anarchists have a lot to speak to, especially because if we're against all forms of oppression, you know, then we should be talking about those things. And I think that they get stuck into this like class reductionism again, which means like they think that class oppression is like the only form of oppression that's out there. And personally, I think they do that because they don't want to challenge like their own internalized oppression, their sexism, their racism, you know, their homophobia, and all these other things they might have, you know. So I think that the reason why they don't want to speak to those things is because they don't want to challenge themselves. But at the same time, I think that, you know, because they have this class reductionism, they try to speak for other people, you know, for other oppressed people. And I think people need to start finding out how they can be allies instead of, you know, like spokespeople. They should try to find ways to support and be in solidarity with them instead of trying to like liberate them.